everyone, and welcome back as always. We're back again.
Hi.
Hi.
We're always so excited to see Clone Wars, aren't we, ladies?
We are.
Yes, we are.
It's one of the first shows we watch, and we have coffee, and we get really hyper during it. Whoa, I don't need much coffee, guys. A lot of you guys know that already.
does
They
not.
know that.
I need coffee.
So I have a lot of Disney Infinity characters, so I'm bringing them out before I brought out the whole horde of them. So I have Darth Vader this time, and I have Kylo Ren. Woo, but they're pretty awesome. You even see his lightsaber sword, how it's like all bumpy and stuff, like the movies. Ooh. Of course, we like Clone Wars. We keep saying that, I know, but the last couple episodes were so intense, just fighting constantly, people dying all over the place, having to think quickly to make this happen, to destroy this factory. And Ahsoka, we were so worried about her. And Barriss?
She was Barriss.
Barriss. I always, you know, the
Barriss.
B's and B's I'm noticing I can't really catch right away. So sorry if I'm saying her name wrong still, but yeah, I really liked her too. And for them to die, I was like, no way. But it really made you feel that moment, like, holy crap, it could happen. And they sacrificed themselves to save everyone else. But I am glad
out of an eye they were going to.
Yeah. So just a sacrifice, like right in that moment, they knew they had to do it. So wow, huh? Brave souls. And I'm happy they survived. And I think Anakin really does, of course, care for Ahsoka, but he will hopefully appreciate her more now that she was able to get the job done, even though it wasn't exactly by the plan. But that is like him too.
Even more so.
Yes, because otherwise they wouldn't have been able to accomplish that because, they were at a loss. Like, okay, the bombs are gone, so what do we do now? So Ahsoka, quick thinking, was like, okay, well, we have to work with what we have, and she was able to figure out the tank they were in. Thank God it was super strong, a new weapon that of course, Separatists have, and was strong enough to protect them from that big blast and all that heavy debris on top of them.
That was incredible.
Oh my God, it was.
Yeah.
Wow.
I love how Ahsoka tries to stay so positive and jokingly, I know you guys know I'm like that, and I know that annoys a lot of people because I am very realistic too, but I try to see the best out of most situations.
You do.
And Ahsoka, she was telling the other Padawan, and she was like, oh, well, we'll probably run out of air first before we start. I'm like, that's something I would totally say. And I'm like, yeah, people would not want to hear that because either way, it's like a bad way to go.
That was it. Yeah. That's right.
So I was like, ooh.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
But it is good to think positive. You're in a dire situation. If you just get depressed and give up, you're done. So you have to try to
positive.
and
she thought of a way to get transmission over to Anakin,
And while she was saying that about, we're probably going to like stop breathing soon, she was working on a solution. So it wasn't like they were just talking. And I'm like, because at that point I'd be like, really, you're saying that right now when we're going to die soon in a slow, painful way? That's going to be really bad. So I'm really happy they survived. And I love seeing the different perspectives on the different masters where you have to follow the Jedi way, and a lot of them do, of course, care about life in general. They care about people close to them, but you have to generalize people, and if it's your time to go, that's just how it is. I will mourn my Padawan, but you have to accept it. You have to let it go. But I'm like, at the same time, if you have an opportunity to not give up and try to save someone you care about, I would do it. And I am with Anakin on that.
In this situation, they had time. They did do it.
I know we debated that last time, but it's just a really good point to bring up because, again, Anakin is too connected to his emotions, and I know that's the downfall for him later, but I really do like that about him. You know, it's more humane. But I do love all the other Jedi, and I do agree with what they say, too, most times as well. So it's just interesting to see the different perspectives, you know. So let's see what this episode's about. So we're on 207 this time. Legacy of Terror. That does not sound good. So I wonder if this is going to be a continuation of the last one. I don't know, because in the thumbnail I see Luminara again, so I don't know if it's right after that one. But again, we're following the consistent timeline because we're in chronological order, as most of you know. I think we should just get into it and we'll talk after.
All right.
Okay, let's do it.
And if you're new to the channel, welcome. Please subscribe if you like our content. We watch a lot of things blind on the channel. Mom and Kim have only seen stuff on the channel. So anything before that, never watched before. So it's just so much fun to like throw them into this and all kinds of crazy things. Like, of course, we've seen a lot of Star Wars already, Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings, all the main franchises, and a lot of smaller movies and shows. So we definitely have a lot of fun.
Wow,
yes, we do.
So 207 Legacy of Terror.
Oh, goodness.
Dun, 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 dun. I love the quotes in the beginning. Sometimes accepting help is harder than offering it.
The Separatist forces on Geonosis have finally fallen as Jedi Master Luminara Unduli and Obi-Wan Kenobi
Yay.
begin a cleanup of the planet. They launch an intense campaign to
He's
find
my favorite.
Separatist leader Paro the Lesser and bring him to justice.
Go get some rest. We'll let General Kenobi.
I love Rex.
Yeah.
We'll be back before you know it, Captain Rex.
Ready, sir.
Oh,
What a name, Rex.
A hard-won victory.
Indeed. And a costly one. No sign of Poggle then.
Nothing.
I'll go out and find some clue as to where he went. Just make sure to leave a bit of strategic planning for me when I come back, Master Kenobi. I'd hate to feel left out.
Woohoo!
We lost one. Lord Poggle says leave it. We gotta keep moving.
Maybe they can use that.
Your wound looks almost healed.
I wish I could say the same for most of my men.
Well, let's make sure we don't have to take Geonosis a third time.
There.
Where?
150 clicks southeast. It appears to be a munitions container of some kind.
It looks like Poggle was on a direct course.
Headed directly for the Progate Temple.
Why would he risk exposure to go there?
I'm not yet sure.
Master Luminara, I'm tracking a sandstorm that's heading your way.
No matter. I feel it is a risk worth taking.
As you wish.
I would love to ride one of those.
wow.
Woohoo!
OM5, are you still there? Yes, I think I'm right next to you. OM5?
Oh, now he's gone. Haha, I wonder.
Oh,
Oh no, I thought someone grabbed him.
Don't
Felt a little bad.
We'll reach the temple soon.
You can't even cover your mouth.
it's,
Wow, he's like buried already.
oh my
Whoa.
God.
What could be taking her so
It's
long?
that wind.
Something must have happened.
Let's not start worrying yet. Luminara's not one to take unnecessary risks.
In this case. Did you see that?
You're right. He's here somewhere.
Yes. No thanks. I'm waiting for something to come to life.
He's gonna get it.
Yeah. Oh, gonna release something. I heard
Oh
that.
no.
They're down there.
Get yourself out of there. Master Unduli! Master Unduli!
Oh, he went down.
lost the
He must
connection.
have fell down.
Where are you going?
Get
Take a
pulled down.
guess.
We'll leave as soon as the storm lifts.
He's gonna go before.
He won't.
He can't help himself. Emotions, take control.
Bus is dead.
Any sign of Luminara?
Oh, her lightsaber.
Ooh, no.
It's not a good sign.
Poggle didn't do this.
It could be the Genosian Queen.
The bugs
Ooh.
have a queen.
Ooh.
This way.
Ooh, a queen.
Kill the queen.
Should go into that big hole that's out there that was open a little bit.
Yes.
I love how they use their lightsabers as lights.
This one goes down the furthest. So I'd say that's our best bet.
I'll go first.
That was a fun transition.
Yeah.
Oh no. I'm just dragging her.
Ooh. Ooh.
They're all like zombies.
Oh, good.
I thought it was maybe just because it was
Like they're all
dark
weak.
God, my God.
and they have white eyes.
God.
If you're following me, you must leave this place. Just get out. I repeat, fall back.
Ooh.
They're like zombies.
Oh,
Are they like that
Oh,
though?
goodness.
Are these like one's dead, brought back? Ew, yeah.
Oh.
They're like hosts.
Oh,
Oh, God.
not many. Everyone's left.
What were those things? We couldn't kill them.
Oh.
I've heard stories of a
creepy.
Genosian hive mind so powerful that it can maintain its connection even after they have died.
They're
Already dead.
Yeah, because the worms are
Can't be
controlling
true.
them.
Yeah.
That's impossible.
Head back to the surface and contact General Mundy. Tell him we need reinforcements.
Yes, sir. I
No
will be
problem.
unhappy
I'm
to
out.
get out under all this
Dying
dirt.
in those tunnels. Ugh.
They're not gonna get out in time. Oh goodness.
Oh, getting pulled up.
Oh goodness.
Oh, it's
Oh,
moving into
them,
him.
so
Ew.
they can't.
My God.
Maybe they'll come back too.
Yeah.
Ew. Circle of life.
Mm.
Ew, it's like aliens.
Uh-huh.
The air is warmer here. We must be getting close.
This planet is
attention.
rotten from the inside out.
Boo. Ew.
I've got a bad feeling about this. You don't actually want to talk to it, do you?
Matter of fact, I do. Anakin, don't you wonder why they took Luminara captive?
She's leverage. She's a hostage.
Listen
Leverage
to
for
Obi.
what?
Fine. We'll try it your way.
So glad you agree. Cody, set your
Oh,
men up around the
jeez.
perimeter.
Yeah.
Ooh.
How did you know they wouldn't just attack us?
Because I make observations while you think with your lightsaber.
Well, when this doesn't go as planned, which it won't, I'll be ready.
That is so
Oh,
reassuring.
shit. Oh my goodness.
Why have you come before me?
It is our sad duty to inform you that your rule is at an end.
You not
Ooh.
dictate to me.
You shall release the Jedi Luminara and submit to Republic law.
Why would you think that would go okay?
I'll lose your head.
Ooh.
Devour you.
Ooh, devour. Ooh. Ooh.
Watch as my child enters your Jedi.
Ooh.
Find out everything you wanted to know yet?
No, wait. I want to see how it works.
I don't think
No,
Luminara
it might
wants
actually
to
kill
see
her
how it works.
mind.
It's the more we know, the better.
But you're gonna kill her anyways.
Oh my gosh.
I hope this is
Yeah, they're gonna actually let it happen.
Isn't it always? Cody, now!
Of the lights.
I was gonna say, don't joke about that.
Oh.
Yep,
Excellent.
kill it.
What? Anakin, no!
Yeah, I'm leaving Anakin. Bye.
Doing? I'm going to study that. Study the bottom of my boot. Come on, get out.
I know he's so good. He wants to study it, but I'm like, nope.
Ooh.
He's like, I'm not climbing.
Ooh.
Boom. Go, go.
Obi-Wan, look out!
No.
Ew.
Good.
Why?
Oh, it's like,
She'll be back. Ooh, just the air blows him up.
oh.
Ooh, ow.
Pop it up. Excellent
All
plan.
things considered,
Knowing how the Queen controls her minions could have proven
has.
valuable.
well, hopefully the secret is buried with her.
See, that's what happens, like aliens.
Can I say that?
Just one little specimen would be
I
nice.
know, and then it starts taking over and taking
Yeah.
over. Maybe makes a
My
new
God.
queen, who knows?
Da-da.
So what do you guys think about this episode?
That was great. I loved it. I loved Obi's plan.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's very good. Yeah.
I'm always like,
Especially
you
when he
gotta
was
listen to
like
Obi.
talking back with Anakin, he was bantering back and forth. I'm like, you're gonna let that go in her? No.
Oh my
But
God, I was wondering about that. I said,
I-
ooh.
I love how that's ingrained in them, where they banter so well together and they're still focused. Sometimes I'm like, okay, guys, like I feel like they're getting off topic, but Anakin is always Anakin, and he just wants to go straight forward. He just wants to improvise, and then Obi always has to think about the whole situation, which is smart. And I understand Obi, like I trust him, and I'm like, yes, like he is like thinking about everything. Like, okay, well, she didn't kill the other Jedi, and she has a reason why she didn't. She has all these zombified people following her. She has control of them. Why? How? And he wants to know. But again, knowing aliens and these like weird worm things are taking these hosts that are dead. Like, heck no. Like, who knows? Like, yes, they were dead, but maybe some of them in the past, maybe they died because they were taken over by that worm. Maybe it eats your brain completely, and then you can't survive without the worm. So I was shocked when he was saying, oh yeah, no, she has to be a test subject. We have to see, is it going to go into her nose or mouth? And I'm like, you're going to say that to her when she could possibly die? Well, you don't even know what this is. And yes, you want to study it, but without even knowing what's going to happen, and to be that open-minded to do that, I'm like, that's messed up. So he was just doing that so they would let their guard down, and then they attacked once the clones came in. Yeah, so that was good, but I was so with Anakin when he's like, step on it! Just kill it now. Luckily you can step on it and that's it. Like, it wasn't super strong where it would just like squish away or something, you know?
Creepy.
Very different
vibe.
vibe.
There's like worms coming around their noses when they were coming to attack.
Yeah, right when they kept showing that, I'm like, ooh, host, they're hosts, you know? Well, not hosts, but like those worms are hosts, you know? Or they're looking for hosts, I should say. Yeah, so that kind of freaked me out. And I was like, ooh, yeah. And what a different feel for this episode, because they're on the same planet, and they're going after the same aliens, and it's completely different now. So they had a queen. I mean, of course, they're not part of that planet, so they don't know everything about it, but it sounds like it's ancient to have a queen. So maybe a lot of the people there didn't even realize there was still a queen, because even Obi said it was a myth or something, or hasn't been really heard of or seen or something like that. So, and she was deep underground, and it looked like ruins all around her, so... You know, maybe she just gives birth once and then these creatures live for a long time.
And it wasn't in an area where they had the battle. They didn't have any battles there.
Yeah.
So
or maybe they just don't even know, because we don't know anything about their culture. So maybe they just think that they're there just because and don't even realize like where they're from or something. I don't know. But ooh, freaky. A total aliens feel in this one. You know, the huge queen with a nasty baby maker. I'm like, ew.
Oh my gosh.
It was just like sitting up like that. You can't even move anywhere. You just have to have other people like to control them. And I'm like, oh God, what a life is that, you know? And it was interesting. I wish they didn't make the queen talk, because I took away from how eerie she was. But I know they did that too, so that way she could communicate to them, because I don't know if anyone else there could understand the language. And we know the other one, Poggle, something like that, and he was from the movies, but he always speaks that normal language, and we don't know what he's saying, and some people do, but I don't think Obi or Anakin know that language, so he wouldn't be able to translate, I guess, for them. I don't know. So anyways, I wish they did make her
he has
speak
somebody
English.
like repeating what he's saying to them. That other droid that died in the last episode, he would repeat what he was saying, so we knew what he was thinking. No.
But I just didn't like how they made her talk, just because I thought I took away from that scariness. Like, I just thought like, oh, okay, it's kind of weird. But they tried to change it up where she was still intimidating, but it was just a little too much for me. But Obi, I get it, and he already had a plan to ambush them, but to just tell her, well, I'm sorry, Your Majesty, so he's still being respectful, but he's like, yeah, we're going to take away all your power and stuff, because no matter what, you just have to fold, and we're taking you over, and she didn't want that. So I was like, oh my God, you're way deep underground with all these masses around you that are stronger, and they're adapted to this environment, dead or not. Like, this is what they're made for. And you guys are completely outnumbered, and you're like telling her this. I'm like,
you're so confident.
God, so I love Obi though. Like, I really do trust what he thinks, but yeah, I was kind of freaking out there. And so anyways, it was good to see Anakin follow through with Obi until they had to escape. And
he almost didn't, though. He started with that lightsaber, and then they took him both.
Yeah, so thank God that he listened to Obi again, and then he got, I know, and then they got their lightsabers taken away, and it's like, that's a huge risk there, too. I know they can use the Force, but maybe those aliens don't realize that underground, but again, they're zombified now. So glad that worked out in their favor. And I know we mentioned it before, and guys, thank you again for leaving that in the comments, but Cody, the one with the yellow markings, he is a clone that we saw, unfortunately, in the movies that ends up trying to kill Obi. And I keep thinking that now that you guys told me, I'm like, holy crap. So again, he's a good guy, but he's programmed during Order 66, and that's out of his control to kill the Jedi. So I was just thinking that the whole time. And one cool shot that I liked in this was, it was different to me. I don't know if you guys noticed, but when they were escaping and we saw Cody's perspective, and it was a long take. Anyways, like it's in the tunnel and everyone's running by him and he's letting people run by him, and then we see the other Jedi go through, and it's just taking a while. It was just an interesting scene, and it kind of added to the scariness of it, where it was just chaos and cloudy and you couldn't really see what was going on. But it was cool that he was patient enough and brave enough to, of course, let his friends go first, and then he went. And then you see all these crazy, like, zombified aliens going after him. So that was an interesting scene.
Yes, he wanted to fight them at the end.
Yeah, so that was kind of cool to see. That really stood out to me. And going up that big tunnel, again, I know they use the Force, which I always love it when they use the Force to jump really high and make these crazy landings.
Up there.
I know, and I'm like, well, that took some super strength. I mean, I get it, like, they probably used the Force there, too. And again, like, he's maybe lighter, I don't know. But just to climb up like that, I was like, wow, you know, that's so much work to do that. And thank God they had everything collapsing in the air just enough to force them up. And I'm like, oh
boy, did it
ever. They get crushed by that whole that platform at the top and get crushed. I'm like, I want to be the first one. Come here, Luminara. Ah! No, I was kidding. But again, like, the Jedi are so cool and collected every time. And even with Luminara with that freaking worm on her face, and she's freaking out about it, but the whole time before that she's banshing, let's not do that. No, let's not do that, please. And I'd be like,
and she was cool with them just leaving her. I told you not to follow me. I told you not to come. I told you to leave.
So you were right. And we can see that where it's not a selfish thing on her part when she was talking about her Padawan before, when she said that if it's her time to go, I'm ready to let go. I will mourn her, but it's a Jedi way. And she's doing the same thing where she's if it's my turn to go, then I'm accepting that and I got to save you guys. So it's all about life. And if you can protect or save many lives versus one life, then she'll sacrifice herself. So she was very honorable that way too. But I am happy that they didn't follow the rules. Like Obi said, he called out Anakin on that, and he was like, I kind of went by Anakin's rules here, and I broke the rules. Hey! So I love that part. Yeah, so very good. And I'm just amazed like how different of a vibe this was compared to the last 2 episodes on this planet. So it's just fun how they can really change it up. And they might have different directors on this too, which I want to pay more attention to. But it's just cool because it was so different. I'm like, ooh. It gave me that Mummy feeling, of course, because we did see the Mummy movie and we really enjoyed that with Brendan Fraser. And it just gave me that feeling, you know?
I like the storm scene. When they're just zipping through the storm. You can't see a darn thing.
And you can really feel how bad that storm is too. Like that one droid like getting buried, and he's really fast getting buried. He's like, don't leave me or whatever. And
I know.
He just starts getting buried. I kind of felt bad for him once he said that. I'm like, oh. But, and it shows you in that moment too, again, like here they're in this big, like you have Anakin and the other Jedi, and they're all talking about what to do. We have to wait out the storm, and they're in this big, I don't know, this big capsule, building that they have there. And they feel so safe there because it's so quiet. You can hear the rumble of what's going on outside, but they're really protected from it. And Anakin at that moment was like, no, we should go now. And Obi's like, no, we have to wait out the storm. It's not good to do that. So no matter what, we consistently see them staying in character, making these decisions, you know.
Yeah, you're right.
So that's fun to see that.
He did not want to wait.
Yeah, he didn't want to wait. Yeah, I know. He never does. And Ahsoka was injured last time, so we didn't see her in this one. So she should definitely rest up, and I'm glad she's okay. But very good. I really enjoyed this episode.
I liked it too.
I know we say that a lot, but it is good. And I like it because they're only 25 minutes, and they keep changing it up where it's very interesting.
So much action.
So much action, but they change it up where it's fun, you know? Like, we always learn new things about the characters, different techniques, different aliens and dangers that they come across. So it's like, so can't wait to watch more. Please subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you very soon as always. Bye, guys.
Bye. Thank you.